Hello to anyone and everyone who might be watching this. My name is Sierra, and I wanted to start off by apologizing for the lighting, audio, video. I know this is not top-notch, not top quality, but you know how it is. This is my first video, so we're just going with it. I apologize for my little bit of wet hair. I took a shower not that long ago and this big old red zit on my face. It is 3 in the morning and the world doesn't stop for acne, so here we go. I have a list of things I'm going to talk about so I don't go on a tangent, because I definitely will if I don't. So today I'm going to be talking about spirituality in the media, and specifically the Melanie Martinez K-12 movie that I just watched. I just wanted to say first off that I know that Melanie is not, I know that she's had her fair share of drama, and I know that there's a lot of controversy that she used to have surrounding her. That is not something we are going to talk about today. Don't attack me. I am not a Melanie stan. I have nothing to do with the past drama. I have no opinions on the past drama. Please leave it in the past or talk about it somewhere else. This is not the place for it. This is a place for support and kindness to each other and creators of whatever kind. This is not a place for hate. This is just not the place. So if you're looking to start drama or talk about old drama, please go somewhere else to do it. I suggest just leave it in the past, to be honest. But anyway, so today I wanted to talk about first off, we're going to talk about, I just wanted to mention that I did really enjoy the entire production. I loved the hair, music, the costumes, the makeup, the choreography, the storyline. Everything was just really actually phenomenal. I was not expecting to be so entertained by it. It was really good. So I wanted to say that if you are 18, I definitely recommend you to go watch it if you're 18 and over. If you are younger than 18 and you do go and watch it, I did not send you there. I do not recommend it for anyone younger than 18. There is a lot of suggestive themes and quite a bit of swearing, so if you're younger than 18 and you go watch it, do it of your own free will. I did not send you there. I do not recommend you go watch it. I don't want any parents coming after me, okay? So, the second topic that I wanted to talk about was that she did tackle a lot of controversial subjects in this video, and some of them included trans rights, women's rights, the pink tax, sexism, bullying, manipulation, and power dynamics. They did mention the medical benefits of Mary Jane at one point, or a couple points. And a few kind of more triggering topics that I wanted to mention before I really got into this video was that they did talk about eating disorders and suicidal ideation. So I do want to kind of preface this video by saying that I will be discussing those topics at some point in this. So if you are not comfortable with those topics being discussed, then this is your fair warning. I just want to let you know so that I don't trigger anyone. There will be discussion of eating disorders and suicidal ideation. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about was how they very casually mentioned a lot of spiritual topics, and I feel like this is kind of the start of more mainstream artists discussing spiritual topics like this in their art, and I think that is really amazing. I cannot wait personally to see more people talking about things like this. I remember when I first discovered a band that would talk about spiritual topics. The particular band I'm talking about is Hands Like Houses, and their album, I believe it's Unimagined or something like that. I will link it down below if I can think of it. But I'm personally really excited to start seeing more and more artists talk about these things in the media, because it's going to bring more people to kind of wake up out of their cycles that they've been in for a long time, and I'm very excited to see the effects of that and how this all goes. So, some of the things that I noticed in her video that were discussed quite a bit, like the main topic of the entire thing was magic, and they were very accustomed to doing magic or manifesting different things into reality. And I'm not going to do many spoilers in this because I really do think that you guys should watch it yourselves. But they do a lot of magic, and the thing is that a lot of it was really out there, but I do know a lot of creators who believe that things like that are entirely possible, that the more we believe this world is a dream, the more dreamlike it becomes, and the more manifestation or magic like that becomes more accessible to us. And I do realize that a lot of the things in this video were very out there, so if that's something that seems a little crazy to you, just take it with a grain of salt, okay? So, another thing that they talked about was when that etheric being would come and visit them, that through the door or the gate or whatever you want to call it. She mentioned at one time that they have lived many lives, and that they are infinite, that they have lived many, many lives before, and they will live many, many lives again. And that is something that I 100% believe in. I believe that we do, I believe that that is something we experience. I think that a lot of people don't remember them, but some people do, and that's when people have things like past life memories, or when people go through past life regression therapy. That is something that I 100% believe is real. And one of the creators that I follow on YouTube, his name is Aaron, I will link his channel down below. One of his main ideas that he talks about every day is that we are eternal spiritual beings living a temporary human experience, which is exactly what they were talking about in that scene, and what they had talked about in several of the scenes. So it was really interesting to me that they brought that up, and I highly recommend you check out his channel for a lot of more in-depth conversation about that topic. So, another thing that they talked about when they were mentioning eating disorders is that our bodies are not all of us, that we are not our bodies, and you know, that we need to learn how to love ourselves. And the thing about that I wanted to spend a minute talking about this was that we are, like, our souls, our minds are so much more than just our bodies and our physical selves. We are so large and infinite. We expand so far, and believing that we are just our bodies is such a limiting belief. We are so infinitely more than that. We have a whole soul, you know, that we are not just our bodies, okay? And that's, I could talk about this forever, but we are not just our bodies, but we do need to love our bodies. We need to love the vessels that we are in this lifetime, because if we don't love ourselves, if we don't love our own vessels, how can we love anyone else? Okay? And that's something I can go much more in depth in in another video. I can talk about any of these topics more in depth in another video if you guys would like. But moving on, they do talk in the same scene about how everyone is deserving of love, which is something really amazing that I think that she mentioned. I think that is very much true. I think that a lot of people are lacking in love, and a lot of people don't get the love that they deserve, and I believe that is why people are mean to each other. I believe that is why people are mean to themselves, and that's, I could go in depth about that as well. But they, in a few other scenes, they talk about medicating as a form of control or a control tactic against us, and I 100% believe that is true. I have a long history of being on antidepressants, and I have been talking lately about how I feel like I have woken out of a coma. After being off of antidepressants now for about a year, I feel like just recently, I feel like I have just kind of woken up, and I 100% believe that that was a combination of being on antidepressants and, frankly, being stoned for a long time. I used it as a way to dissociate. I used it as a way to escape my regular life. And now I am sober off of everything, and it feels really good. I feel like I finally have a little bit of clarity. I feel like things are a lot different. I feel very awake now compared to how I felt all those years medicating myself and being medicated. I feel like medication is very much a form of control from, and it's more than just people who, it's a very big topic. I do believe that medication is used as a way to control us. I believe that people are very much put in kind of a daze in order to make them easier to control, to make them easier to follow along with the crowd. I think that's very much an issue in today's society. That is something that is a bigger topic that would probably have to be discussed later. But another thing, she mentioned brainwashing and waking up. And I think this was really interesting for her to talk about as well, because I do believe that a lot of us have a lot of mindsets that are programmed into our heads from when we are younger, that we are not good enough, that whatever. There's a lot of brainwashing that goes on, and it's very important for us to identify those things and to be able to take them out of our mindsets and to be able to live the way that we believe and not just what someone else believes, which is, I believe, what brainwashing is. And she mentions at a point, she yells, "Wake up," to everybody, and everyone's kind of in their daze, in their trance, and then all of a sudden everyone kind of snaps out of it, and they're like, oh wow, like I could run out of here, you know, and what are they gonna do? What is anyone gonna do about it if I get up and leave? What's anyone gonna do about it if I don't want to follow the crowd anymore, if I don't want to follow what everyone else is saying anymore, if I want to be weird, if I want to be crazy, what's anyone gonna do? And I'm not saying go break all the rules, I'm not saying break all the laws, that's not what I'm going for. What I am going for is you don't have to believe that you're not good enough. You don't have to believe. Question everything is what I'm saying. Question everything. When people tell you to do something, say why. You know, it's a very deep topic. It's not just as simple as I'm making it. So please, as with most of these things, please look up other resources, look up other videos. I'm going to mention a few creators here in a minute that I think could possibly help you. Anyway, the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the part where they mentioned the suicidal ideation. And this was a very interesting part of the video, where she was laying down in the grass and she was saying she wanted to leave, she wanted to go home, or I'm not sure if home is the word she used, but she wanted to get out. And that was a really, really interesting scene, because I've, and we're gonna get kind of deep here for a minute. I have had plenty of history of suicidal ideation before, and even after having kind of woken up myself, I still sometimes have suicidal ideation, and that is not necessarily planning or coming up with any ways to actually do things, but that is just wanting to leave, wanting to get out, wanting to go. And I can understand completely if that is the situation you are in. I totally get it. I've been there before. I've been there many, many times. And I just want to let you know that you are not alone. And there's always someone out there who is willing to help. And it might seem like there isn't. It might seem like no one wants to help, but you haven't asked the right people. Trust me. And when someone does step up and wants to help you, take their help. I know how easy it is to dismiss people. I know how easy it is to want to isolate and to want to just say, they seem really happy, I'm going to leave them be happy. I don't want to bring them down to where I am. I have been there. I understand. But when people reach out, take their hand. When people offer you support, cry on their shoulder. Take support. Accept the love that you are being given. You deserve it. You have worked so hard to get to where you are right now. You don't deserve to suffer. You don't deserve to be alone. Okay? So I'm going to link down below, and as many countries as I can, as many locations as I can, I'm going to list some support hotlines that anyone can call in need of an emergency, if they are struggling, if they need someone to talk to, whatever. Feel free to call these support lines. That is what they're for. If you don't want to call any of those, feel free to talk to a doctor about it. Talk to your primary care doctor. If you can, go see a therapist or a school counselor. Talk to a parent or a teacher or a friend or a family member. Anyone that you can talk to, that you trust, talk to them. Ask them for help. Say that you are struggling. Say that you need someone to talk to. Someone will understand. Someone will be there for you, I promise. And please utilize those support call numbers if you do need help, if you are in any of those situations. I promise they will find someone to help you. There will always be someone out there who is willing to help. So I know that took longer than a minute for me to talk about, but it's very important. Anyway, so I recommend checking out that album by Hands Like Houses called Unimagine, I believe. And a few creators that I wanted to mention. One guy that I used his tagline in here, Aaron. His last name, I believe, is Doughty or something like that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, Aaron. He's a great person to check out, to watch his videos. Leeor Alexandra is another really amazing person. They are actually a couple. They're really great. I love watching their content. People like Ralph Smart, or Infinite Waters is his channel name. He's really great. Fresco, or Vishudda is a really great channel also. There are several channels that I am not thinking of right now, but that I could definitely list below. There's so much out there, so many resources, and so many people that you can go to for help. So please, if you're struggling, reach out for help, and I highly recommend that you guys check out these channels that I just mentioned. I will leave them in the comment section and in the description down below so that you can check them out. I really do recommend them. And if you are over 18, I do recommend you watch Melanie Martinez's K-12 movie, because it really was very interesting. I really liked it. And keep an open mind if you do go watch that. It's a little obscure, but I really liked it. and I hope that this video wasn't too long for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever time of day it is. I really hope you guys have an amazing time. So thank you for watching all the way through, if you did make it all the way through this. So thank you. I appreciate you so very much, and I am here to help anytime you need. Please leave any comments if you want me to make any other videos talking about any of these topics, or any other topics you can think of, any questions you have. Feel free to leave a comment. I am here for you. I will reply to your comments, and thank you. I love you.